No, these are the, if you look, yeah, this is just the ones that we ruled out. Then if
It's
you go to
what's
the next,
considered methods.
the
Okay.
next two slides are the ones that we chose to
All right,
rule
but
out.
still, you're saying that someone who has a moderate risk should go through an endoscopic procedure every 3 years.
As our model shows, yes.
Yes, that's correct. Okay.
I have a question. I probably missed a slide or two, but basically one of the objectives of the group was to evaluate current methods. And the only methods that I remember kind of imaginary imagery methods, not molecular biology methods. Have you done evaluation of molecular biomarkers?
Okay, also, what I mentioned earlier that I didn't have time for was Jack Andraka. Smithsonian Magazine, New York Times have covered this recently. He can actually determine, like I said, the protein overexpression of mesothelin in the blood. Basically, he had all these cancer patients, and he took blood samples from all of them. There are various ranges of pancreatic cancer, various stages from 1 to 4, and he knew that mesothelin was a protein overexpressed in blood during pancreatic cancer. So he has these paper slips coating carbon nanotubes that he knew the conductivity of. He knew that mesothelin could change the conductivity of said carbon nanotube paper. So by running electric current through it, and the more conductive it got means the more mesothelin was present. That means the more highly staged of cancer that they were in. So he could actually determine what stage of cancer you're in by your mesothelin overexpression. But this is in the future methods. Obviously, there's still research being done on this, but our team recommends that this is definitely something we should look at towards the future in the molecular level.
I see. What about the current methods? So my question is about
We
current
have
methods.
a longer list that we were going to include in our paper of more than just what we listed here. But these are the ones that came up most consistently in papers again, and the ones that we had to look into deeper because we saw the most suitable or most, like the high sensitivity and specificity. However, like based on our model and based on the availability, you want to be able to screen the most amount of people with, with the lowest cost that allows you to screen more people. And to do that, these are the ones that we considered the most. But then we have a deeper analysis, obviously, like in our research. We do have a table of more methods with more information and the results, the pros and cons. And
So
all
we
that.
just decided not to include them in the presentation.
Because we had so much information, we did keep that on. However, it is in our power, in our.
The way you presented the method invented by a 15-year-old student looks like a magic method which costs nothing and can detect cancer at any stage. Is that what really we can stop here and
Okay, so it was not just him, it was also Team Johns Hopkins University. We don't want to discount the value of some PhDs up here as well. All right.
It's an S. It's
Okay.
John's
Yeah.
Hopkins, and he was named after his mother's last name and his father's
Oh,
last
sorry, it's a terrible error into where I saw.
name.
Okay, so.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry to offend.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So basically, this is just not something that's been magic. It's been covered and followed by by a lot of American news outlets and journals. His studies actually be published in the American Journal for Cancer in the next upcoming months. The thing is, it's very limited trials, like only 200. So that's the reason. They're doing more tests on this as we speak. Actually, he wasn't the first person to do this. In 2008, a team of Boston College researchers did the same thing and had similar results. But obviously, since he's not a 15-year-old wonder kid, they didn't get as much run through in the news. So,
And he also recently won the national.
international science fair. So,
That's how.
so out of this 200, how many were first stage, second stage? Do you know? Out of this 200.
it didn't specify. They were just at various stages. I just assumed that it was equally distributed.
However, we're assuming because it's it's just being developed, you have to start somewhere. And you have to start with patients that you know have cancer and then move to screening and seeing if that can be applied in that situation.
So I'll just make a comment that if these 200 trials, if you know they have pancreatic cancer, this is sort of the similar comment about looking for pancreatic cancer and finding markers that are good at detecting it. The questions still arise whether mesothelin is specific for this type of cancer. Number two is that it's easy to detect, to analyze the data in such a way that says, yes, I can confirm this person has pancreatic cancer when you know they have cancer. It's a completely different ball of wax when you have some random Joe off the street and you're trying to actually determine whether or not they have. Because everyone's baseline is also going to be completely different, right? And that's probably the major limitation to molecular biology approaches and biomarker screening is you may have abnormally high levels of this, which are perfectly normal and you'll never get cancer, right? And I may have abnormally low levels. And so something that registers as normal for me may actually cause